So hi, both of you.
Hi.
And we're talking about Judgement. So let's get with a very simple question. What is both of yours idea of a judgment before taking on a role?
I first see the production house and then the director, his past experiences and all that, and then the colleagues, co-actors. I think these three things I keep in mind before signing any project. Yeah.
What about you?
I think
Three
for
things
me,
you keep.
I need to like the story.
And costume designer.
I need to like the story. I need to get a nod from my mom, and because I trust her more than I trust my judgment. So I think that more or less.
Super. And about Judgement itself, what was it that drew both of you to this particular film?
No, when I met Gururaj, so he's worked in the software industry for the longest time. He's traveled the world. He's studied movies, and he's a well-learned person. So I found him to be interesting. I knew he'll take this project forward in a nice way. So that's what drew me to this project. And he had to back it up, he had a solid script. And it's a courtroom drama, as you can see.
Something that you haven't
Yeah,
done.
something I haven't done it before, yeah.
And
Yeah.
what drew you?
Yeah, like he said, courtroom drama. I've grown up watching all these, like suits and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to be in that atmosphere. I didn't really think I would act, but once I got into it, it's a role that I always wanted to do. I mean, I wouldn't say just a lawyer, just to be around that. And when Sir came and I heard the story, I really liked it, and I felt like he had that conviction. So I was able to believe in him because he believed in himself and the story so much. So it wasn't something I was going to let go of.
And I have heard that you know the entire script.
Believe it or not, I'm probably the only one that doesn't know the entire script.
No, but I'm sure you can talk about your role. What do you do?
See, my role, as it's kind of obvious now. So he's my love interest. I play his love interest, and without revealing too much, because I have a habit of doing that, I play a kind of integral part in getting him out of some kind of trouble as an aide, I would say. So I have some really fun moments with Ravichandran sir as well, which was actually an honor for me to be working with him. It was really nice, the whole experience.
But tell me about your role in the film, because we hear that she helps you.
I don't know how much of my character I can reveal, but yeah, I play this young, like he works in a banking sector, and then he goes to parties, and then he hangs out with his friends on the weekend, and that kind of a guy. Typical, like Bangalore, youngsters who follow pub culture and stuff. And
Very hard it must have been to relate to it, Alva.
yeah,
I was
it's very hard.
I was just going to say.
So unlike me. So he gets into some sort of situation, and that's from there it's all suspense, whether he's done it or he's not done it, and then how he comes out of it.
No, I mean, I'm sure you've left enough clues that people can piece up together.
Yeah.
But I mean, say the movie doesn't just star the two of you. We have Ravi sir's photo right over here, so we know that.
Yeah, I think we are not there.
Yeah, where am I?
Yeah.
Unlike a regular, hero and heroine led script, the energies must be completely different in a movie like this, which had like a plethora of actors. You've been part of some movies like this. So how
Let me open my dictionary and then.
a lot of actors. Let me just say.
Yeah.
So when there's so many actors there, it does bring in, that kind of a very different energy and vibe on the set. So how do you guys adapt yourself on a set like this?
It's always fun, like more than acting or, performing or enacting a scene with them. More than that, it's the off-screen things we talk about, and then, they share their experiences. Especially he has, 1,000 stories to tell you.
Yeah.
And he loves to talk about them. And and he's funny. He's super funny. And I cherish those moments with him. and he would always come up with some stories about, and you know, something about Goa to, you know, like some actors to something, you know, like he's always everyone's listening when he's talking or telling a story. Everyone's listening. Yeah.
He has that speaker that he wears around his neck. You know?
Yeah, and he's listening to songs
He's
all the
listening to
time.
songs, and we've had some fun conversations about that. So at first, I didn't know that's where the sound was coming from. So I'm just like, what is happening? You know. And then I realized, and then he was telling me about how he's planning to redo Prema Loka, and that's one conversation we had.
Yeah, and he's a passionate movie
very,
maker.
very passionate.
He only talks about, yeah.
And he never interferes with your work, I feel, and that's
Yeah.
so nice to see, because you know you don't find that in too many people, right? Like when they can just come in and like tell you do it this way, he would never do that. He would never interfere. He'll just leave you to it. And what he does do though is create such a light atmosphere around you. His wit we have to talk about. So in a serious scene where I'm trying to explain something, I just know he's going to say something and I'm going to laugh. So it was really nice. I was very intimidated initially, I won't lie. I was scared to be on set with sir, and I even told him that, and he said, I know, because I'm very close to his son Vicky. So Vicky's told his dad that Dhanya ge solpa bhaya aagta ide and all. So when I went on set, he said, what, do I look like a monster or something like that? And I said, no. She's like, don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, that is like the funniest thing. I mean, when you meet them, it's like a completely different, when you see the person.
Yeah, and I've literally grown up watching all his movies, and then we used to hum his songs, and then we used to enact like him. So now today, I'm in disbelief that I'm acting with him, you know. That's, I thank my director for giving me this opportunity. I had seen him, I'd met him before, but this is the first time I'm working with him. Yeah, I feel, you know, like it's honored, yeah.
And talking of your director, also he's someone who's very passionate about this particular subject and movie in general, pretty much like everyone else on your set. I mean, I know you both of you are as well. So how is it working with Gururaj sir?
Yeah, I mean, so he gives me, as an actor, he gives me a lot of freedom, you know. Some directors come and they enact, and they just want you to do that. You have limited freedom. But here I had enough freedom because he'll come and tell you the gist of the, you know, situation. If you can improvise, you can do whatever you want. Let's see how you can do it. And then if he doesn't like it, he'll come and tell you, no, give me something else. So you have more freedom. Okay, I can be in this parameter and then do something. So that's what I liked about him. And he was kind of clear. This is though his second film, he was clear about scenes and things around. The lighting or the set, artwork, everything, he was clear.
And Dhanya, you seem to be working with very interesting, your career trajectory where you're working with a lot of, in terms of experience, a lot of younger filmmakers in terms of their experience-wise in every film of yours. Is that something that consciously has happened?
No. I think our minds think alike. Maybe that's why it's happening. But in Guru sir's case, I would say he's, like we already mentioned, he's very passionate. And for me, his passion rubs off on me. So when I'm on set and I see him so pumped to do something, and he's telling me, this is how you have to do it, and this is how it's going to go, this is the scene. So what are you going to bring to the table? So when he asks me those questions, I just feel like there's attention to every detail, and I don't always see that on every set, although I'm not, you know, so experienced in the field. That's one thing. And another thing is, everyone seeks validation in life in one way or the other. And for me, if even if it's the tiniest little thing on set, and if something nice happens from my side, I see that spark in sir, and he's always so happy, and he appreciates you, and he says, super, that was really good. And I really like that. I really enjoy like someone appreciating my work. I feel that's very encouraging, and that's one of my biggest I would say positives from that end.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And you did mention about going on set and getting that and that thing, but also when you guys are shooting, say for movies where you also are balancing, say, another role at the same time, how do you guys switch off and switch on from one role to another? And do you have a process that have you got that process yet or no?
No, I've always done 2-3 movies at the same time. because you have different schedules and then you have a break. And so this, I found it really difficult to, we were doing powder together, and then that's a completely different genre, and then my body language to everything is different. And then again, we shot Judgement, we completed the movie, and then we had 2 more days of shoot. And then I had to come back and play Anil. My character name is Anil. I had to come and play Anil. Then I found it really difficult, you know. Then I had to go through, I saw some of the old clips, and you know, then you kind of switch. But otherwise it's difficult. Then I would say finish it in one go. You know, don't leave anything behind. Yeah, because it's difficult.
Note for all of Diganths for the future directors.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it's just the atmosphere for me. So it could be how Diganth is behaving, or it could be what Sir is saying. It's just that plays on my mind, and automatically my character will adapt. I mean, that might not be the best way to do it, but I think in time I will learn.
I think with experience you learn to tackle that also easily. Like I've seen Achyut Kumar and you know Anant Nag sir, they're also doing multiple movies, but they come back and they're back in the character.
But what was it about acting that fascinated both of you to take it?
I love the traveling and going to new place and then meeting new people, working with different directors, and you know, let it be choreographers or any. I mean, it's nice to be on a different set, each film, different location, working with different actors, and you're creative. You know, every day they give you a scene, you think about something, you drain your brain, you work hard. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, you become a new person.
Yeah, you become a new person, you play a different character. And you know, the best part is you sometimes eat in a graveyard, sometimes you eat in a, you know, massive 5-star suite. So you do everything. Correct. Yeah. I've had lunch next to the graveyard, man. Yeah.
For me, it's the idea of living like 100 lives through the lens. You can be one person one day and another person the other day. If you did that in reality, they'd say you have like bipolar disorder or something. so the fact that I can do that and get paid for it and get appreciated for it and maybe get an award for it, so that's amazing, right?
Yeah. True. I mean, you can actually say it's your asylum without having any worry about it. Yeah. But you know, how do you guys get over the hangover of that character? How, because that is another thing, right? You're done with it. And some of those roles, I'm sure, stick on. Some might not, I'm sure. But
yeah, that's a good one. Some roles that you've played will stick to you throughout, you know. Yeah, then you need to unlearn a lot of things and then start afresh. So this is how I prepare for a role. So you give me Anil's character. So I think about what would Anil do in a car. He's stuck in a traffic jam. And what are the curse words he might use? And how does he behave when he's angry with his mother? Although that scene is not there in the film. We're not going to shoot that. But I think about, what is he going to do? How is he going to talk to his close buddies? Yeah. Like, does he... Macha, Hangantana, what is the lingo that he uses with his friends? Even if it's not there in the script or film. So that kind of helps.
Nice process. I really want to steal this
you
from
learned something from
Yes,
today?
I did.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Yeah.
Fees later.
Fees, yeah. It comes with a cost.
Manchale Film Academy.
Yeah, that's how I prepare.
Were there any one such role which has lingered on? Was it tough for you to get out of?
No, I'm kind of detached in life in general. So I don't get attached to too many things. So yeah, I think that never happened to me. But maybe if I complete this film today and then in 3 days I'm going to the next set, starting a new project. That time I may find it difficult, so I go tell the director, let's do something really small. And first 2-3 days we'll just not go to the main scene or anything. We'll just start with very small scenes, maybe walking around, biking around, and then we'll go to the main. Then
For me, it's more short-lived. Like if I cry on set that particular day, I'll go back home feeling a little sad and depressed.
So what do you think when you're crying? I've always asked a lot of actors.
No, I've also heard that she's an actor who can cry at the drop of a hat. And
but what do you think? You have to think about something sad, right? If you can't tell, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like
now my
most-
dog is dead, but I've killed him a couple of
I feel
times.
like I think about the most painful thing that I've been through in the recent past. If it's that hard for me to cry, if not, I can just stare into like nothingness, and then my eyes will start welling up, and then I'll cry. That's my process.
Or you look at the HMI and then keep staring at it.
See, I have this fan.
Okay. Yeah. That's a easy way to cry, no?
No, then my eyes will well up. So I'm already feeling that little, that emotions kicking in, and then automatically I'll read my lines and then I'll like cry.
Yeah.
But you did, I mean, going to acting academy, I know you're someone who became an actor on the set, but you trained to be an actor, and you had both of you have had different uphill tasks, right, in terms of coming into the industry.
I don't think she did.
I'm sure it was an uphill task for her to convince her family.
It really was.
So tell us
No,
about
I'm
that.
just joking.
Yeah, we're not going to the N word, guys. No
yeah,
N-word
yeah.
talk over here. But tell us about what was it that convinced everyone at home for you to, become an actor?
So it wasn't so much of convincing my family as it was convince my dad, It was just my dad. I needed to get the get-go from him, and that was tough because he wasn't okay with it. Even when I said I'm going to train, he was just like, you go ahead, but you don't have my full support with this, and you will realize one day that you're making a mistake. So with that on my mind, with that playing on my mind, that my dad said this is a mistake, and also trying to train and get a movie and work for that film, all of that was quite, I wouldn't say it was a struggle, it was just like it was like a constant annoyance in my mind, like why can't everything just go right, why can't everyone in my family just be happy for me? But the rest of my family, as I hadn't expected, they all supported me a lot. The minute mom told them, they were very happy. They were like, we were wondering if something like this would ever happen in our family. So I guess with time, everything just progresses, right? So that's what happened. And in my dad's case, after he watched the film, he changed his mind and he said, I'm glad you chose to do this because you've done a good job.
True, and you
Yeah.
did get an award for it.
Yes.
But what was your convincing story?
Oh, I mean, my dad, he's a lecturer. He was a lecturer. So my brother was studying, he was doing CA. And, my dad is like, what are you going to do? Like movies, you don't have a consistent success. You have failure, and then what if? So he had a lot of what ifs. And then my mom was convinced. So she wanted me to act, and then my brother supported me.
Fair kid and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Am I right?
Like, it was a pride moment for my mom, but yeah, my dad was. But I told him. So he always taught me one thing: do whatever you want, but just do it with a lot of conviction, and then put in a lot of effort. So I said, yeah, this is what you've taught me. So let me try it. Even before trying, why are you asking me not to do it? So then he was convinced, and now he's super proud. He introduces himself to everyone, saying that I'm Diganth's father.
So cute.
Yeah, that's and he says something like that, I feel good.
And through this, do you guys ever earmark notes or roles or people saying, okay, I want to work with XYZ, or I want to do some
Like manifestation?
I mean, I don't know, manifestation and all are like, but I'm sure it's just as simple as, okay, mental checklist saying, maybe I'm sure you watch a lot of things, so I wish I get something like that.
I don't know, I've not done that. I've always believe in go with the flow, gone with the flow, so I don't know, I've never had such lists. Except for I wanted to buy a few bikes. I wanted that bike. I want this bike. So that's it. Yes, I'm a minimalist, but yeah.
Minimal number of bikes.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think roles, I haven't really thought about it like that. It's just, I won't copy you or anything. But yeah, going with the flow is quite good. But
You never thought, okay, I should act with Diganth and all.
I'm acting with you. Maybe I did.
She might have thought a little too much.
Yeah.
2 movies.
No, but for me, I've always wanted to be part of a, like in Oceans 11, Oceans 12, with like an ensemble cast and men and women both. like a nice heist movie. I don't know why, it's just something that plays on my mind. Hopefully someone picks up on this, Guru sir maybe, and then they make a movie like this and cast me in it. It's a dream. I want to be part of that.
That'll be kick-ass.
Yeah.
But you don't have any dream or
I think maybe I had when I was just in the beginning, but now I don't even remember what I had that time.
and how tough is it for you guys to say no?
I mean, I can't say no.
You, I
Yeah.
know. You can never say no. I know this. Well, when you, for work and everything.
This is why my
When you-
mom is always on set.
Nice.
Because my mom will say no. I will just nod my head.
So you play the good cop, bad
Good
cop.
cop, bad cop. No, but it is very hard to say no, even for me. I find it very tough, especially with people that I'm fond of.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a small industry, you know everyone, and then it's really hard to say no. And I still don't know how some of them do it, but I don't have that art or knack of saying no.
And you run out of excuses.
Can't even he can't even say talk to the wife because the wife is probably worse in saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now she handles some of my work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And since she's not really keen on acting, so now she can say no without feeling bad.
Oh, that's a.
Yeah.
But coming back to Judgment, this particular movie, what is interesting is it is not just a legal drama, but it's a legal suspense thriller, which makes it a very, very different space, right? So, what are the kind of genres that you think are lacking in the industry today? Because I'm sure both of you catch a lot of content online.
Yeah.
Horror?
Horror, good horror.
Good, like great horror.
Yeah, great horror.
I haven't seen
And
that.
it's any day, it's like classic, horror always sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should make good horror movies.
But to answer your previous question, this
Yeah.
is also a genre that isn't around too much, at least not in our industry, I feel. So this is a first of its kind, for sure.
On a parting note, if we have to sum up Judgment to people, what would your line be that could attract people to this film?
I mean, like I said, it's a courtroom drama, and you'll definitely get to witness some powerful dialogues and then powerful scenes, great performance by Ravichandran sir, and you'll see me in an action sequence as well. I think, it's come out well.
Diganth in a new avatar.
Yeah, new avatar, and then like our chemistry and combination, and music is amazing. We have one party song. Pramod Marwante has written a beautiful song, Kantara fame. Yeah, and Anup Seelan is the music director, and I've worked with him before, and he's brilliant. And so to sum it up, these are the factors that I think that drives the audience.
Pretty much the same. Great screenplay, great performances, great vision from our directors, and everyone's put in a lot of effort, and everyone's kind of come out of their cocoon, I would say, because everyone's doing a character that they haven't done before. Even in my case, my character is a lot more mature than I am, even, or any of the other characters I've played. And like he said, he's done an action sequence. Ravi sir has played a really serious role, and you don't see that often. So it's one to watch out for.
Awesome. Let's hope that everyone comes and ensures that the Judgment will ensure both you guys we get to see more of you two together on screen.
Yeah.
Sure, we will.
Awesome. Great. Good luck for the film.
Thank you.
Yes.